Okay, so it's another beautiful day here, and the program Flipside is on your TV screen as we're speaking right now. For those watching on Facebook and YouTube, you're welcome on board. It's going to be a very interesting one. My name is Daisy Leo Asikidi, your host on this episode today. You know, 15th of September, the United Nations said we should be celebrating democracy. So International Democracy Day is on the 15th of September every year. And reason this year they decided to focus on press freedom. COVID-19 was like a wake-up call to many aspects of our lives being under threat. Democracy is also one of those under threat, and the civic space is shrinking. So we need to do a lot to ensure that democracy stands. For those who really believe democracy is the way to go when it comes to governance. Then today is also the International Day of Peace. So International Peace Day is on the 21st of September, and as a result of that, we decided on the show to merge both topics. So we're going to talk about peaceful democracy and the role of the youth in ensuring this. I have two youth advocates in the house, but you know how we run now. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, you'll meet my guests and we'll start talking about what we have for you. So stick around. Let's quickly join Antonio Guterres for his speech on the International Democracy Day. We'll be right back.
Today marks the 15th anniversary of the International Day of Democracy. Yet, across the world, democracy is backsliding. Civic space is shrinking, distrust and disinformation are growing, and polarization is undermining democratic institutions. Now is the time to raise the alarm. Now is the time to reaffirm that democracy, development and human rights are interdependent and mutually reinforcing. Now is the time to stand up for the democratic principles of equality, inclusion and solidarity. And stand with those who strive to secure the rule of law and promote the full participation in decision-making. This year, we focus on a cornerstone of democratic societies: free, independent and pluralistic media. Attempts to silence journalists are growing more brazen by the day, from verbal assault to online surveillance and legal harassment, especially against women journalists. Media workers face censorship, detention, physical violence and even killings, often with impunity. Such dark paths inevitably lead to instability, injustice and worse. Without a free press, democracy cannot survive. Without freedom of expression, there is no freedom. On Democracy Day and every day, let us join forces to secure freedom and protect the rights of all people everywhere. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back to the studio. I have someone that you've seen on Flipside before, but it's been quite some time we saw him on Flipside. In fact, it's been a while we saw him on television on a show like this. We only see him on the streets leading protests. I have Comrade Kelly Osumbo in the studio today. It's been a while. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Daisy.
He's a human rights activist, a youth advocate, and he's also the founder of the Faculty of Peace. And so today is International Day of Peace. Who else would we have brought than a youth advocate who is also standing for peace? All right, welcome.
Thank you.
And
Madam.
then someone very glamorous. We're twinning with the air today.
Yes, I can see that.
Someone you've seen from when she was a child. She was a singer. She is still, or at least that's how we knew her. So I have Barbara Adiba in the studio today.
Hi.
She's done a whole lot of youth advocacy programs over the years. And she's also the convener of the Young Community Network. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's my pleasure. So we're going to talk about ensuring peaceful democracy, merging International Peace Day and the Democracy Day, and the role of the youth in this. I've heard Nigerians say, this democracy, you know, they work. I've heard them say, this not demo decrease. I've heard them say, let military come back. I've even heard them say, let's be colonized all over again. So, Comrade Kelly, do you think democracy is the best form of government for us?
Yes. I would have preferred, as a Benin man, as a proud Benin man, I would have preferred if the British didn't colonize us, I would have preferred for my Oba to be the paramount ruler, like the one in China, like the one you have in the UK.
You're going to take off your glasses. I want them to see your eyes as you speak.
I plan today to do this. Okay. So,
thank you.
I would have preferred to have, if it to be in Benin, like a sovereignty of itself, I would have preferred my Oba to be like the supreme leader leading us. But being that we have democracy, and democracy have come to stay, not just come to stay, looking at the component of other governmental system, you know that democracy is better because it gives room for other people to participate in it. It gives room for majority to make their choices. It gives room for people to aspire, say their manifesto, and you are being chosen by people. Understand? So even the word is a Greek word. When you say demo, it means that people. So people rule. So people power to rule. So that is the concept. Whether we have gotten it right here, we have been doing it the way it's supposed to be, we are able to practice it the way it ought to be, that is another different ball game entirely. But you can say that we have been proud, we should be proud of ourselves. Our democracy is evolving. We have done Ocean A4. We know that there was a time people can easily thumbprint. You know, that is no more today. So our electoral system is evolving, and that will make our democracy to also grow.
Interesting.
So as of today, it's still the best form of government. Until maybe one or two other persons discover that form of government.
Okay, I don't really know much about the military times, but I know I was born then, and I cannot really evaluate which is best for me. You've experienced both very well, so you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barbara, what are some of the challenges you think are facing our continued democracy in Nigeria?
Well, I think the list is actually inexhaustible, to be honest. But let's talk about something that is pertinent in our society today, which is insecurity. We started off seeing that the farmers and the headsmen, they had their conflict at some point. At some point, we saw it was Boko Haram. At some point, we saw it was the crisis in the Niger Delta. And today, we face the unknown gunmen. I was talking to a colleague of mine over the weekend who went home in the southern eastern part of Nigeria. And, you know, he was attacked by these people, and he miraculously escaped. But this is something that is bordering in our society today, and it seems like these people are just having a free, smooth sail with what they're doing, and it seems that they're not being curbed by any rule of law or anything whatsoever. We're talking insecurity. We're talking about the lack of open, accountable systems and procedures in Nigeria that would engage the public, hear their voices, hear their opinions, engage them properly, have a conflict resolution with them, and even review and implement some of these things that they are saying. For crying out loud, democracy is a government for the people and by the people, where you're supposed to be able to voice your opinion. That's supposed to be one of the advantages of democracy, where the average man on the street will be able to speak and his voice will be heard. But these are things that we're not seeing practical in our country today. And it's really, you know, it's really worrisome that this is where we are at now. Let's talk about our electoral process. Is it really free and fair as it ought to be? Are people being cajoled to vote for a particular person, or are they making well-informed decisions? This morning I heard of a particular candidate that is forcing certain road transporters to buy stickers and must vote for them, you know. So it's a lot of things going on, and it's a lot, the challenges are inexhaustible, let's be honest. And it's really worrisome, because we know that Nigeria, we have all that it takes to be one of the best nations in the world. We are self-sufficient, we have lots of natural resources that need to be harnessed, but are they actually being harnessed? Why would a country like Nigeria be importing fuel at this stage? We are an oil-producing country. Why would we be importing fuel at this particular point in time? You know, we should have grown past this stage by now. And these are fundamental things that we see that our governance, I don't want to say it's failing, but we have hope. We believe that some of these challenges, we will overcome them with time.
Interesting. Great. Okay, what's, comically, The problems are much. The problems are much, and we need to ensure this democracy stands. And from what she said, people even voting, are they making well-informed decisions, or they're being cajoled to vote? So I think we'll get into that in detail a little while, because it takes a lot for people to know someone. Many people call on radio will tell you every politician not the same. So if I come out to run today, they're still going to see me as just another politician. So all the bad characters, I carry them as well. But it's okay. Which values can we imbibe to strengthen our democracy? The values we need to get, and especially as youths.
Okay. I want to quickly chip in some few things about the last question my sister was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of the thing, you can see, I think our democracy per se is not failing. The institution of democracy as a system of government is not failing. If we are looking at that, we are progressing there, right there. If you look at the laws we are making, the electoral laws we are making, that even as at today, politicians, even as at this moment, they are all panicking, because if you pick up ballot boxes from, you go and destroy or anything, you want to pick up ballot boxes, you want to do anything, it won't work because of the technological advancement we are bringing into it. However, it is the people, it is the choices, because I want us to separate it. Is the type of the quality of the people that we are bringing on board that is the issue. The people running it that are the issue. Just like you have a good Bentley car, well furnished, everything is perfect. The manufacturer certified that this car is perfect, is good. But it depends on the driver. If I don't know how to drive, I'm not used to. I don't know how to drive that car. I don't have the way without to manage that car. If I drive it, if I use it, I can misuse it like any other thing. That's what we are having. We must give it to Jonathan, also give it to Buhari, although he played fast one on us as a Nigerian. He was supposed to sign this law in 2019. Yeah. He refused. You know that if he signed this law in 2019, he will not qualify to become our president in 2019. So he has to find a way to manipulate everything that, okay, bring it back, I will sign before he eventually sign it. What do? They want to leave power on a good note so that they can have access to international community. They can travel. They know that if you don't leave a good legacy, especially when it comes to democratic legacies, the Western country will go after you as a leader. That's why you see that they go after someone like Gaddafi, like even Uganda president, all those people. They are so angry at them. So they know all these tricks. So they want to find a way to leave the office on a good note. So by so doing, they just make all the laws and pretend like they are a good person because the law will not affect them. Sorry. But going to like what you said about the youth, our own making the right choices as youth. I believe that like what she also have an organization. You are doing your part. What is happening today for me, I'm just happy. It shows that what we have been doing for years is beginning to manifest. We have been doing that for the past. I think I can recall that I started doing being activism at the age of 8. So we have been fighting. We have been organizing programs. We have been talking to youth. I was just thinking that maybe they were not imbibing what some of the things that we were telling them. But I'm surprised with what is going on right now with the help of internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, and everything. We're able to galvanize and circulate the message. You know, by the grace of God, I was the one that called for NSAS protest in Benin. We got a call from Abuja, from Oshowore, we talk. Before NSAS metamorphosed to what it become, we were not thinking about normal protests that we used to do. We talk and caused a few persons into it, and we started the NSAS protest that become so big. And so at that time, we have opportunity to educate a lot of youth. A lot of youth who normally stay on their lane, like they watch musical videos, just watch other entertainment videos. They don't want to listen to news. But NSAS protest forced all of them to get information that they don't want to get ab initio. So then a lot of them a lot of education was passed into a lot of people, a lot of enlightenment. So that's what is giving birth to what you are seeing right now. As at this moment, the youth are doing very well. My own fear is that how do we maintain this tempo going into the election? knowing fully well that our masters, our big ogas, they are not sleeping.
True.
We know that we have common enemy. We are like a lions who are just moving around looking for someone to
devour.
so we know that they are around. So how do we sustain it? That is what we, the stakeholders, you and me, we need to sustain before the election time. What do? We need to sustain the tempo. Comedians need to make more skits to educate the youth. Musicians need to do some EP, drop any album, drop any other thing, just to make sure that we keep the fire burning so that we can sustain it, because this is the gist. They know that we can be easily be distracted as youth.
Yeah.
They know that anything can distract in Nigerian youth. So they tried Big Brother. This time it couldn't work. Sorry, it couldn't work this time. So they are trying. They can bring anything that just to distract us. And when we are distracted, then they can have a feed day. So I'm using this opportunity to appeal to all of our youth, right? Because I'm bringing a message of hope. A day will come when I will come here to talk about Nigeria bad, this and that. Because after this moment, it's not even the time to talk about Nigeria is bad or Nigeria bad, because we are in a transition.
We're in a
period.
transition phase.
So
correctly.
now it's just to, what do we do so that we won't fall back to start lamenting after February election 2023? What do we do? We have the chance to correct all the anomalies we want to correct right now. So let's just keep our eyes on the ball. Let's just be focused. Let's just keep the fire burning. That's why I have to shift my program. Today was supposed to be my program.
Yeah.
It's part of the strategy. So I'm taking my program to November. It's part of when the issue of PVC collection will be heightened. So we further use that program to galvanize, to make noise, to bring all the faces that they respect, all the faces that they love. If a single comedian talk about one particular matter, he have maybe about 14 million followers. He have spoken to a nation. Ghana, I don't think Ghana is even up to like about 40 million people. So what are you talking about? So technology can make you to do that as fast as you can. So whatever place you are listening to, whatever place you are listening to this our voice, my dear youth, let's just do the right thing now. Let's not give excuse. We are lucky that we are giving them back to back right now. They are in disarray. I will tell you, they are struggling, they are strategizing, they are thinking. Let's end it very well. Let's finish this thing very strong by translating all this our energy into voting.
Okay, so putting the right leader is very key in ensuring our democracy sustains. Okay. Now, talking about the power of the youth in picking the leaders, well, it's good. I am one of those who do not believe too much in what the youth can do. Yes, I feel Nigerian youths make too much noise.
And
I see a lot of Nigerian youths on social media talking, but have they gotten their PVCs? Question. Have they registered? Yes, maybe. The ones that are registered, will they collect PVC? Question. On the day of election, will they come out to vote? You see the old ones standing on the queue. A lot of these old people, yes, they've made up their mind, this is who we're voting for. Then the others are just hungry and they just want to collect their small things before they vote. Exactly. That's one pot of soup at least. After all the politicians not the same. Hence the reason we need to do advocacies and stuff. But do you trust the youths? In fact, what plans are on the ground to ensure that the youth really do play their roles?
So I would like to say that I think the Nigerian youth has finally come to understand how powerful they are, or how powerful we are. So let's take the NSAS protest, for example. Did you see how we came together as one body? We spoke with one voice, with organization and structures in place, and we're able to achieve a goal. We're able to tell the people, the older generation, that, hey, we're here. We see what you're doing, and we're going to hold you accountable to it. So I think from that point on, it has always been there, but that sense of knowing, we didn't come to that realization. But we're not 100% there. It's a work in progress. But we are a long time away from where we used to be. So we now understand that, oh, we have a voice, and if we come together as one voice, as one body, we can speak in one language, and they would listen to us. And they are threatened by us, let's be honest. Because the NSAS protest was such a massive one. But I feel that we need to be more strategic in our approaches to government, in the people that we're putting out there to represent us in politics. We see a lot of younger politicians coming into play in Lagos State. Look at Comrade here. Look at myself. We see a lot of young people come into the advocacy space. I feel like there's a lot more we can do, and there are also enlightenment programs that are out there. I mean, for example, there is, I work with an organization, I have an organization, and we partner with Edo Innovates and Edo Jobs. We have free skill acquisition programs that we put out there for people.
Oh, really?
Yes, but the truth is, how many people are actually taking advantage of these things? So we need to continuously do continuous awareness, sensitization programs, leadership programs. We need to preach civic responsibilities. You need to understand that you have a role to play in the progress of Nigeria. He needs to understand that. Everybody needs to understand that you have a responsibility to the home, to the society, and your fellow human. A lot of us have grown to the part where we say, I cannot come and go and kill myself. And Nigeria, highest, I'll go and look for my passport and I would jackpot. That's the plan. You know, but the truth is, nobody is going to make Nigeria better for us. We have to be here. We have to put in structures. We have to implement better procedures. You want to see accountability in government, we need to teach it to the younger generation. They need to understand that you must be accountable in whatever has been committed into your hand. So what do you have in your hand? Your talent, your skill. He talks about comedians. These are tools. Comedians are very influential people today. You know, these are tools that are in our hands. So what are we doing with them? What are we doing? How are we sensitizing the people? How are we creating awareness? How are we preaching civic responsibility? How are we preaching responsibility to the home? Because I like to believe that civilization and culture starts from the home. So whatever you're able to imbibe to the people in the home, it goes a long way to the audience. So yes, and come to think of it, we're even having a program this Friday at Edo Innovates. We are empowering people free of charge, free skill acquisition. So I'm looking forward to seeing as many people out there that have already registered. It's happening at Edo Innovates this Friday. So please, take advantage of these platforms that are out there. Learn whatever skill you can learn. Take advantage. When you see people like Daisy, like Comrade out there, have a chit chat with them. Understand what it is. If you're confused or have any gray area as to what your role is in the society, engage them. Have better understanding of the part that you play. And trust me, you have so much power, more than you can even imagine.
Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to go on a short break quickly. And on flip side, yes, we do what we need to do. We say all we have to say concerning whatever topic we've picked. But inside the program, we still do something about your health. We still give you tips that you might just neglect. So we use it as a platform to give an all-encompassing information. So we have a short documentary on water for you on the show, where you know the benefits of drinking water. In fact, I need to settle down and watch this one because I don't drink enough water. So drink water as you're watching the show and mind your business. Don't look for trouble. Focus. And after that break, we'll come back and talk some more about the role of the Nigerian youth in ensuring our democracy continues peacefully.
Did you know that your body weight is approximately 60% water? Your body uses water in all its cells, organs, and tissues to help regulate its temperature and maintain other bodily functions. Because your body loses water through breathing, sweating, and digestion, it's important to rehydrate by drinking fluids and eating foods that contain water. The amount of water you need depends on a variety of factors, including the climate you live in, how physically active you are, and whether you are experiencing an illness or have any other health problem. Water does more than just quench your thirst and regulate your body's temperature. It also keeps the tissues in your body moist. You know how it feels when your eyes, nose, or mouth gets dry? Keeping your body hydrated helps it retain optimum levels of moisture in these sensitive areas, as well as in the blood, bones, and the brain. In addition, water helps protect the spinal cord, and it acts as a lubricant and cushion for your joints. Just like the other organs of your body, skin is also made of several cells. Whether you want shinier hair, younger skin, a healthier body, or all three of these, pure, clear water is the world's best beauty elixir. For centuries, People in Eastern Europe have gone to bathhouses for water therapy to detoxify and tighten their skin. The process involves a steam room session to open pores, followed by a cold pool plunge to shock skin. This can easily be replicated at home by bathing with warm water, which will open your pores, and then you can seal them by splashing with cold water afterwards. Water is essential to maintain the optimum skin moisture and deliver essential nutrients to the skin cells. It replenishes the skin tissue and increases its elasticity. It helps delay appearance and signs of aging like wrinkles and fine lines. Water is a perfect replacement for your expensive anti-aging treatments. It keeps the skin well hydrated and glistening, thereby enhancing complexion. So, for soft and supple skin, drinking an adequate amount of water is more important than applying topical creams. Drinking enough water combats skin disorder like psoriasis, wrinkles, and eczema. It also increases the metabolic rate and improves digestive system to flush out toxins from the body. This in turn gives you a healthy and glowy skin, plus water plumps the skin cells, making them look less wrinkled. A nice cold shower and a relaxing bath calms the nerves and reduces stress-related damage to the skin. Soak your entire body in cold water for 2 to 3 minutes to rejuvenate the skin. Long exposure of skin to water can strip off the natural oils, so please don't stretch your bathing or shower duration. 2 to 3 minutes is just okay. A cold water compress can also help to reduce under-eye inflammation. As water evaporates from the skin, the surface becomes cooler. Splashing cold water on the eyes can also reduce eye puffiness. When there is a loss of water, the kidney cannot function at its best, making it shed excess burden on the liver. The liver helps to burn off the fat in our body into energy, but when it has to do the excess work of the kidney, it cannot burn as much fat into energy as it should, resulting in fat deposit. Take water in good quantity, at least 8 glasses a day, to prevent fat deposit and to keep yourself healthy. So, you can say that losing weight is one of the advantages from drinking water. Water also helps in removing waste from the body. Adequate water intake enables your body to excrete waste through perspiration, urination, and defecation. The kidneys and liver use it to help flush out waste, as do your intestines. Water can also keep you from getting constipated by softening your stools and helping move the food you've eaten through your intestinal tracts. Water prevents you from becoming dehydrated. Your body loses fluid when you engage in vigorous exercise, sweat in high heat, or come down with a fever, or contract an illness that causes vomiting or diarrhea. If you're losing fluids from any of these reasons, it is important to increase your fluid intake so that you can restore your body's natural hydration levels. Your doctor may also recommend that you drink more fluids to help treat other health conditions like bladder infections and urinary tract stones. If you are pregnant or nursing, you may want to consult with your physician about your fluid intake because your body will be using more fluids than usual, especially if you are breastfeeding. The big question is, how much water do you need? There's no hard and fast rule, and many individuals meet their daily hydration need by simply drinking water when they're thirsty. But if you are not sure about your hydration level, look at your urine. If it is clear, you are in good shape. If it is dark, you are probably dehydrated. Drink lots of water, at least 8 glasses a day, to get a beautiful, healthy body and a glowy skin. Your body is your responsibility. Please take good care of it.
All right, that's Flipside you're watching. And we're talking about ensuring peaceful democracy and the role of the youth. And one thing I picked from the first half of the show was to ensure democracy continues, you need to put the right leader. And to put the right leader, we have to get into these old election matters. And winning this election is in the hands of the people. How prepared are you for 2023? All right, now this has led me to ask this one. You know, we see a lot of, in this coming election, I think there's basically one younger candidate. The other two aren't, I wouldn't want to call them old, you know. you could be retired but not tired. That's what my dad used to say before he passed. Okay, but why is it that we have less youths involved in political positions? Even the few that had holding positions, maybe they were not elected, they were nominated. You know, they just give you've been loyal, my boy, go and stay there. And so you continue to be subservient to the person who puts you there. Why are youths not being out there, fighting for themselves? There are young people outside of Nigeria that have made so much money. They say election is expensive. Or there's so many innovative young people we hear of creating applications and making millions of dollars. So why are youths not sponsoring youths? So my question is, how do we get youths to run for positions and get youths to support their fellow youths?
Like some of the comments you made about the order has been cut in short. It's like that. Especially even in most advanced democracy we are seeing today, it was like that at the time. I think what we need to do, like what we are already doing right now, is sustainability of what we are doing right now. And I believe that if we can be able to, you all know what we are doing right now, so we cannot mention it because campaign have not started. So if we sustain what we are doing right now, it will stand as a benchmark for us to fall back to next time for a lot of you to get involved. A lot of youth are getting involved, but they cannot skate through the hurdles and for them to hold the baton. For example, we are doing nomination. You have somebody that, you know, Nigeria is still, poverty is still ravaging the continent of Africa. Yeah. So poverty can still make a lot of people to collect 100 million and forget about what they tend to do. So a lot of youth will get involved. By the time they are doing the process of selection, what they call primaries, they don't have the way without to sustain that struggle resources to the end.
Yeah.
So like you said, I think the part that we have not looked into is this part of the youth, supporting youth who have resources, youth who are doing very well. I think that is aspect we need to echo, we need to say it, we need to advocate for it. So that if most of the youth, because Nigeria population, basically 70% we are all within the age bracket of youth. So if we, the youth, put our resources together to encourage one person, that person can skate through. Because at the end of the day, for political parties, it will be difficult. Why? Political parties is made up of some of these middle-aged and old persons. Because I don't think Braba here belongs to any political party. Neither I don't think you belong to a political party.
Are you so sure? Are you so sure?
I don't know. I'm not asking. So, but by the time we feel
are you sure you're a carrying member
of any political party? So that is the issue. So the people that own the political party for now, that is why you see that at a time somebody was bragging that I be what did they call them? I be
Obedient?
No, that one they did at Ego Square. The people that. What did they call those people that would not nominate and vote for a presidential a candidate?
Oh,
Delegates?
okay, yeah,
Delegates.
that thing was money, lots of money.
So people make money, but who are those that were making money? They were those artisans, those agberos, conductors, not people in the people you were expected that should be there. And so political party is the social engineering that bring a bad leader. So that is one area that so
if they don't bring a youth, we don't have a choice.
So if we don't have youth as members of political party, how will the youth now have their say or have their way to now have a candidate that will now represent some majority of the big political parties?
I get it.
Do you get it right
Yes,
now?
I do.
Yes, so if you go to any political gathering now, there are meetings. All you see that in Benin, you call it Idide and Idioma, Ije, Ipa, everybody that did there. So we are the youth. We are not there. We feel that, I beg, I cannot go to political gathering, political parties. So where will you find the youth? You will find the youth when they are doing political rally. So that place is not a decision-making arena. They bring you to shout, they give you money, you will not shout and shout, you just go home. So, but the position where they are making the decision, we have not yet taken ownership of that place. Let's assume the three major political parties we have now, their party, if you go to their, the organ of their political party, let's say you have 80% youth, 95% youth, and it's showing that the demography of our society is reflecting in our political parties. The youth can have their way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Osaon will vote for. All the youth cube beyond Osaon, they will have their way. But when you have the older house will not be the one to do the selection. When it comes to the election, the older house will use you as a political talks. They will use you to go and do ballot box snatching. Although that one is not.
It's changing.
That one cannot be involved now because the electoral process have already truncated all those ones. But the issue of mobilization for political rally, they will still averse the youth to use. So, but I am not telling my youth that where we have the power
decision making.
Is between when we need to join political parties and when it's time to vote. If we miss out in the selection of choosing the candidate, we shouldn't miss that chance of voting.
Okay.
We can still abolish the older house when we are not casting our vote. Because if you look at the demographic of the new voter register, you can see that about 71% are youth. 71%. So there is no way, there is no game saying, there is no way you can argue it. The next Nigeria president, whichever way we have it, I'm telling you that let it be on record. Whichever person we have as a president of Nigeria after February 2020, it is a reflection of who the youth vote for.
True.
It's as simple as that. Nobody should come and deny that we vote for that, because you cannot have 71% of the total votes that would go to the cast and not telling me that you are not the one who vote for those persons. But there's another challenge. In that 71% registered people who are eligible to vote, our challenge now is that how do we mobilize that 71% to the polling unit to go and cast that vote? That is the next task we need to do. Now we are missed out in the selection of those candidates. We can also miss out when it comes to the final stage. So, but going forward, I will advocate for us to work towards honing the. If I use the word ajak, okay. I think that you cannot permit that. Let's all find a way to hone the political parties. Okay. Let us get involved in political parties. So starting from that, it means that after today's program, you need to find a way to go and register on any political party of your choice. And be a card-carrying member. Do you understand? Have it there. I know some friends who are card-carrying members from political party. They don't even behave like politicians, but they are holding because that they can use that to effect any change that they want to do. So if we can able to get that, if we cannot get it by the voting, we can still make our input. We can still do what we needed to do.
That's a big one. I never really thought about this to that extent. I've just been thinking about we need to vote. So before you're voting, who are you voting for? You need to also have a say. That's a good one. Are you a card-carrying member of a party?
Of course I am.
I don't believe you.
Why wouldn't you believe that?
Okay, I think we all need to be now.
We need to. There's so much more we can do. And I'd like to add that the fact that we have all come out to show that, we're particularly behind a particular candidate, there is going to be an increased sense of accountability in the next, whoever the next president is going to be. There's going to be a higher level of accountability because now the eyes of the understanding of the people have suddenly been enlightened. And it's like, Oga, if you do not do well, we're going to remove you. So everybody has come to that sense of realization that, yes, I have the power and I'm going to do this. So I'm really excited about the 2023 elections. I'm excited about the next phase that we're entering into because it's a new era of democracy.
Very new.
It's a new era. And I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to see what Nigeria
I can see the excitement on your face.
Yes.
Okay, a little bit about power of money. in elections, no matter how you see it, money is very important to run these elections. The youths in Nigeria do not seem to have money. Resource is a problem. You mentioned something earlier about your organization organizing skill acquisition program. So let's talk about skills a little bit, the benefit of skills, and how much money do you really think we can get from using our skills?
Well, I think entrepreneurship is something that should be really encouraged in Nigeria because we are very industrious people. We are multifaceted people and we have a lot of things. You can see an average Nigerian juggling about 3 jobs. One side hustle, one 9 to 5, another thing. So we are very, very industrious people. Now, I would like to see that the younger generation coming up, in addition to the education they are getting within the 4 walls of the system, that they're also encouraged to learn a skill on the side. So my organization, Young Community Network, in partnership, like I said, with Edo Jobs and Edo Innovates, we are partnering to give free skill acquisition in tech, in fashion designing, in makeup artistry, because to be honest, we cannot rely on just coming out of school and waiting to find jobs. We need to create the jobs as well. So you cannot create these jobs if you are not equipped with these skills to be able to create that, dominate that sector and create jobs for that. So that is what we are very, very particular about. And like I said, this Friday, we're also having an event at the Edo Innovates.
Okay. You said that event is free?
Yes, it's free of charge.
So if I want to attend now, I don't need to pay?
You don't need to pay anything, just register.
Talking about events, I know you do something for years now. Your signboards are practically everywhere. International Peace Day, Faculty of Peace. There are seminars where you enlighten people. But today is International Day of Peace, and you're commemorating that day in my studio. What's going on with that program? What happened?
Okay, yeah, like you know that we are trying to also find a way to involve and improve on what we already had. So if I'm doing a program now, PVC matter have not been heightened. So based on what I've spoken about earlier on, we want to use our program, use my platform to advocate for the collection of PVCs.
Online?
Both online, you will see it. Okay. So by November, we'll be doing a rally, very mega rally. We bring artists, bring comedians, bring people like you need to be there. You have a face, your face is popular in Benin and in the South, and even in Nigeria. Bring other people to now advocate for the youth to go and collect PVC. So that's what I'm looking at. That is what I'm working towards to. So before this month runs out, you now begin to see a billboard carrying a particular message about PVC. So I just thought that would be one of my way I can also use to mobilize the youth so that they can collect their PVC and vote.
Interesting. Okay, nice. So these people, they have programs coming up.
Yes, so massive.
Don't miss it. You'll be there Friday, 10 a.m.
Okay,
Edo Innovates. Comrade, are you going to be there?
I will try.
You should come and also talk about it.
After the program, we'll seal up everything.
Okay. Well, when I hear things that are free, my ears, they're like antennas, they just sound, and I want to cash in, like, okay, I can learn a skill for free. Okay, personally, I've always wanted to learn how to make creams. I've also wanted to learn how to do makeup, and if those 2 skills are there.
Yeah, we even have GSM repairs as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, which is something that's very useful in today's society.
Okay, so I think I'll review this and plan towards it, even though it's a work day.
Social media, content creation, photography and lighting, everything, we got you covered. Entertainment, anything business-wise, we got you covered.
No. You will pay for advance. All right, we need to go. We've really talked extensively. We've encouraged the youth to learn a skill to get money, because we need money to ensure this democracy by voting, right? And the money is needed for the election. The youths have the power. They should get involved. I don't want anyone to miss out on the key information. They should get involved in selection process.
Process, very important.
So after that, you now get involved in bringing the right candidates after you've selected from the political parties. If all major political parties bring men that are 90 years and above, it's from there you will choose leaders now. So that's really important. So your last words on our discussion today, the role of the youth in ensuring peaceful democracy. At least I'm very positive. Oh no, I want to be positive thuggery will not be a big problem during this election. But your last words, comrade. So that
I
we
want
could go.
to. I think if you never think before, you never think. Let me use the common language. You never think before. The ASU strike should be enough that will strike your mind to think. You saw a particular, our president, yes, the wife posted the picture of the graduation of their daughter in UK. So I don't know any other thing that would be enough for you to reason, that can strike your mind to reason way. So you shouldn't be a tool for anybody to use. Oh boy, they don't get your time. Oh. When they use you, they will dump you. So this time, let's just do the right thing. Like what we are doing right now, I won't lie to you. I'm so proud of Nigeria youth. I'm a Nigeria youth. This is the best time for anybody to be proud as a Nigeria youth. But we need to translate all this talk, all this action, all this gist, everything to what the last one is that we can vote. On election day, it's not a day you want to play football. On election day, it's not a day you want to carry your friend and you people will not be gisting, form a clique of like about 5-7 person, you'll not be gisting for me, big boy. Now big boy, now they vote. Me not big boy. So if you're talking about big boy, I be big boy small, and the other bigger boys, comedian, big artists, that they are coming out to vote. So not only because they drive GFK, say you know come vote. Come vote. That's it.
Barbara, please, your last words on today's discussion.
I'd say Nigeria is ours, and it's our responsibility to make Nigeria the dream country that we want to see it be. So get involved, take action. 2023 elections is one platform or one opportunity to make a difference. So get involved, collect your PVC, vote wisely, vote with the understanding and information of who it is. Or the INEC recently today released the final candidates, final list for the candidates for the election. So do your research, vote wisely, vote for the youths, get involved in political parties. Get to that point where you're even at the table trying to make decisions. Get involved, vote wisely, and learn a skill. And I will see you on Friday at 10 a.m.
Okay, it's been fun. It's been great. And everyone should know that the power is in your hands. You own it at this point. Whatever you're going to do with it is all your decision. So if you say you're going to be laid back, watching television, hunger never really beats you, because if hunger don't touch you, the kind of hunger, we call it sakpana.
Yeah.
The type that is beating the average man on the streets, when it catches up with you, you understand why you need to get involved. The role of the youth in ensuring the peaceful democracy is enormous. We have the largest population in the society, so we need to do more as well. The more you are, the more responsibilities they should assign to you. We shouldn't leave it to those who should be resting, who should be relaxed and say, okay, we've done our own, let them go ahead and do theirs. You're just there watching. Until they give to you, you cannot do anything. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It is the young people that are kidnapping. It is the young people that are the electoral thugs. It is the young people that are doing a lot of these negative things. So let's get involved in the positive, so that Nigeria can be together, can stand, can be happy, we all can enjoy this country, and then this large brain drain of people running to Europe would reduce. Oh God, the best of our best are leaving us. That's another sad one for another day. So seriously, youths, the power is in our own hands, and we need to get hold of it and use it wisely. All right, don't forget to watch the repeat broadcast on GoTV and on Star Times and TSTV. And we'll also be uploading the video on YouTube later today and Facebook. So get the links, watch it over and over again, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. For me, it's bye.